All right. Well, we are back in a whole new corner of the internet here on our journey across all of the echo chambers online. The next one on the list is late stage capitalism. So while we're stopping in, I thought I would maybe enlighten the masses to all of the insight that is shared here on the daily basis. And it was this picture here that made me laugh a little bit. And I thought it was funny because it kind of makes a point. And whenever we can make a point on this channel through someone's ranting on Reddit or through someone's posting on Reddit, then we'll take advantage of the opportunity. But if you look at it, so it's the Nazi Reich symbol with the right wing, the left wing, Republicans, Democrats, and then in the middle you have the centrists, who, well, they're not Republicans, they're not Democrats, they're authoritarian fascists, so they have to be somewhere in the middle, right? And they're technically correct. I mean, they are correct, but they're missing a piece of that whole analysis here. And they're not only missing a piece, they're missing a whole dimension, because I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with the political compass, which, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you are, because it's a pretty well known thing. But that explains that whole breakdown fairly well. And just based on the post itself and the comments and replies in the thread, makes me wonder if any of these people have ever even seen a political compass. Because, and we'll look through just past the two or three comments that I looked at, but it makes me wonder why, like, no one, it's not immediately acknowledged that this is a 2D representation of a 3D map which already exists. And I'll pull it up right here. What do I think? Political compass. Yep. Just go to images. Okay, so you have the authoritarian scale, then you have the economic scale. So all of the understood political ideology falls somewhere within this compass. And going back to the post, yeah, he's halfway there, because Republicans will be on the right, Democrats will be on the left, and then you have the authoritarian, which is in the middle. But instead of looking at the actual middle, which would also acknowledge, the authoritarian dimension, he's going all the way up here, and he's saying, well, people who are in the middle of the left and the right must be a Nazi, because it's another exhibit of the recurring theme of these episodes, which is that no one really gets fact checked in these little spaces of the internet. So we'll pop in, and we like to do a fact check every once in a while, just to keep them honest, even though none of them are ever going to see this or click on this video. And even if they were made aware of this fact, they would never go back to correct it, and they wouldn't even acknowledge it for future discussions or arguments that they had. But let's go ahead and just read a few comments before we wrap up here, because it's always fun to do that. But let's see what the top one has to say. Fascists are class conscious capitalists and their admirers. You cannot be anti fascist and pro capitalism. Well, let's go back to our little compass here. You cannot be anti fascist and pro capitalism. So, pro capitalism would be anywhere down here, and anti fascist would be anywhere that's not up in this top middle right corner here, or just the middle. So, as a matter of fact, that's just completely wrong, because you could fall right down here into the, and let's click on the more detailed map here. It could be the anarcho-capitalist. So, there you go. Learn something new every day. This person doesn't agree with the meme, but he doesn't explain why. So even though he'd acknowledge that it's just wrong, he's gonna pull in some different logic to sustain the point anyway, because you know how these echo chambers work. Yep, that's a correct understanding of this. I believe the Nazis never lost World War II. While Germany lost and the Nazis were pushed back thanks to USSR, the Nazis live on right here in DC. Adolf Hausinger, a Nazi, was Kaiman of the NATO military community Operation Paperclip. What is this? Is this conspiracy stuff? Wait, is this guy really saying that like covert Nazi sentiment is the driving force that has shaped American politics and culture into what it is today? That seems like a little bit unhinged. Hitler took most of the racist stuff out of Jim Crow laws from the U.S. How the U.S. decimated the Native Americans. Well, this person said that Hitler derived his racist motivation from American policy during the Jim Crow era. I might want to fact check on that one too. Okay, but if we keep going down these comments, we're never gonna stop, and it's not a good move. And I told you guys we'd keep it short today, so that's what we're gonna do. But just another glimpse, a glimpse down the rabbit hole, a glimpse into the echo chamber. Everyone is important. Everyone counts because if even one person is enlightened to perhaps the morbid, life draining sentiment that crawls around on this subreddit and then slowly infects other people, well, then we have succeeded. So, but let's, yeah, we're going to continue our journey through the echo chambers of, the internet as a whole, but especially Reddit to start out. And I'll see you guys at the next one.